Hi, and welcome to this set of episodes about time series forecast. In this video and the next ones, I will talk a little bit about time series forecast, the basic theory, main ideas, some methods, and also some examples about forecasting. So, forecast is about finding out what may happen in the future by analyzing what has happened in the past and what is currently going on. When talking about forecast, we can think, for instance, about the fuel prices, about predicting the sales of a product or the water availability. For instance, a very popular sector for forecasting is in the power sector, where it is important to predict the future demand to address some economic and operative issues related to the power system sector. We can perform forecast for problems that require information about the following 2 to 3 minutes to some problems that require forecast over the next, for instance, 50 years or more. Some basic forecast approaches are the quantitative forecast. This forecast requires the historical data from time series. Also, we have the qualitative forecast, which consists more in opinions from experts, customers, and decision makers. When talking about quantitative forecast, we have some methods such as the moving average, trend projection, the exponential smoothing, some deep learning techniques. Also, we have Fourier extrapolation. But before moving to the basics of some of these methods, we have to talk about pre-processing data. For instance, when performing a forecast, we require to find reliable data. We can find this data on online databases or records. But remember that we have to explore this data. It is important to try to visualize the data that we are analyzing. So to try to avoid problems such as inconsistent data or incomplete data. When analyzing, we have to inspect and sometimes clean the data. For instance, it is possible that some time series have zero values or values that are not very consistent. So we may have to replace these values, for instance, by the mean or the median, or for instance, just filter these values to avoid these problems. And also, sometimes we may require to mold the data. It is usual that the data is not in the format that we required. For instance, it can be stored in a matrix form or not in the numeric format that we needed. So we have sometimes to make some transformations. For instance, we can change the structure by converting an array that has monthly records over some years into a vector